Let me tell you a story about a king, troubled by 3 burning questions, who finds unexpected answers from a humble hermit. Stay tuned. This timeless lesson might just change your life. Once upon a time, in a great kingdom, there lived a wise and powerful king. Though he had everything a ruler could desire, wealth, power, and respect, he often found himself troubled by 3 questions that seemed to hold the key to a truly meaningful life. 1. When is the right time to take action? 2. Who is the most important person? 3. What is the most important thing to do? No matter how many scholars, advisors, or priests he consulted, their answers never fully satisfied him. So, determined to uncover the truth, the king set out on a journey to find a reclusive hermit, known far and wide for his wisdom. After a long journey, the king found the hermit in a quiet forest, tending to a small garden outside his humble hut. Dressed in simple robes, the old man greeted him with a warm smile but said nothing. Instead, he continued digging the soil with great effort. The king, eager for answers, asked his 3 questions, but the hermit did not reply. Instead, he paused his digging and handed the king a second shovel. "If you wish to learn," the hermit said, "help me with my work." Though puzzled, the king set aside his royal pride and began digging alongside the old man. Hours passed. The sun was high, then began to set. Just as the king was about to speak again, a wounded man stumbled out of the trees, clutching his side. His clothes were torn, and blood seeped between his fingers. The king and the hermit rushed to his aid. They washed his wound, bandaged him, and carried him into the hut to rest. The man, once awake, looked at the king with deep gratitude and confessed something shocking. He had been one of the king's enemies, plotting revenge. But now, having been saved by the very man he sought to harm, his heart was changed. "You have shown me kindness," he said. "Now, I wish to serve you with loyalty." That night, as the fire crackled softly in the hut, the king turned to the hermit once more. "You never answered my questions," he said. The hermit smiled. "But you have already found your answers," he continued. "The right time to act is when the moment calls for it. Not before, not after. You wanted an answer, but instead, you helped me dig. That was the right action at the right time. The most important person is the one in front of you. At first it was me, then it was the wounded man. In life, whoever is in your presence deserves your attention and care. And the most important thing to do, it is to respond to the needs of the moment. Today it was tending to the land and saving a life. Tomorrow it may be something else. The greatest purpose is to meet the world as it is and do what must be done." The king sat in thoughtful silence. He had traveled far for wisdom, only to realize it had been within his grasp all along. When he returned to his palace, he ruled with newfound clarity, not by rigid plans or distant ambitions, but by responding to the present with wisdom and courage. The lesson: instead of waiting for the perfect time, the perfect person, or the perfect purpose, act now. Be present and do what the moment calls for. True fulfillment comes not from endless planning, but from meeting life as it unfolds. And that's the story. The king discovered that true wisdom lies in acting in the moment and caring for those before you. I hope this tale inspires you to seize the day. Thanks for listening. See you in the next story.